Pull-ups is the essential exercise for fighters. It is the one exercise that builds your upper body strength, your grip, your endurance, and directly helps you with punching, with wrestling, with grappling. And it's a fantastic movement that utilizes that pull and that squeeze that you need for fighting. So I'm going to give you 16 different pull-up variations that you need to introduce in one form or another, and you need to excel at doing pull-ups and using these different variations. So let me show you the 16 different pull-up variations every fighter needs to implement. First is your standard overhand pull-ups. This is where your palms are facing outward, grabbing the bar with an overhand grip. This is your standard pull-ups that if you can do nothing else, these are the pull-ups you do. Execute them strict, don't kip, don't use your legs to get up, clear your chin above the bar, and do them nice and controlled. Next is the underhand pull-ups or chin-ups. These are easier than standard overhand pull-ups and they stress more of your biceps. Now you still get in the work in, but these are not as difficult as the standard overhand pull-ups. And these are great as a finisher or as a way to burn yourself out after you've done your upper body work. Next one is overhand underhand. This is where your one hand grips overhand and the other one is underhand. And you do pull-ups this way. So this could be an addition to when you're trying to do overhand pull-ups, but you still haven't gotten them down. And this would be the transition you introduce before you switch over to full standard overhand pull-ups. Next up are wide pull-ups. These are standard overhand pull-ups with a wide grip. And they allow you to work more of your shoulders, more of your back, and they are a lot harder to do than the standard overhand pull-ups. You're utilizing more of your upper body as you pull yourself up. Next are the narrow pull-ups. This is where you bring your hands closer together as you do pull-ups. Next up are towel pull-ups. These are fantastic for building grip work. So you simply put a towel over your bar, the thicker the better, grip it, and begin to do pull-ups. And they mimic you grabbing onto a piece of cloth, or if you grapple with a gi, they're perfect for establishing your grip onto a gi as you do pull-ups. So you work in your upper body and you work in your grip. Now all pull-ups work your grip, but this one really stresses grabbing onto a gi or a piece of cloth as you do pull-ups. Next up are weighted pull-ups. This is where you put a weighted vest, or if you have a belt with a weight connected to it, and you do pull-ups. So if you've mastered bodyweight pull-ups and you can do a lot of them, using additional weight will lower the amount of reps that you do and really work and push your strength. Next you have explosive or fast kipping pull-ups. These are specifically designed for you to work your explosiveness. So you use your legs, you use your entire body, and you get yourself up as fast as you can, exploding into a pull-up. And the whole purpose of these is to explode into a pull-up. So how you get there does not matter. You just get there as fast as you can. And these are great to work your explosiveness and that fast pulling motion. Then you have archer pull-ups. These are wide grip pull-ups. And as you pull yourself up, you go to one side, making your pull-ups asymmetrical. So it stresses one side of the body versus the other. And then you repeat for the other side. So this allows you to work unilateral pull-ups and offsetting the balance to one side of the body and making you work in a way you're usually not used to. Next are parallel pull-ups or sideways alternating pull-ups. This is where you grab a bar being parallel to it. And then you do pull-ups to one side and then to the other. And then of course switching your arms to keep it balanced. Then you have your static holds and squeeze. This is where you do a standard pull-up, and then at the up position, you do a static hold, and then you squeeze, as if you are sinking in the choke and squeezing that choke. This is a great isometric movement that really builds that squeeze, that deathly suffocating squeeze you need for grappling and you need for wrestling. Then you have your slow and controlled pull-up. This is where you slow everything down, and as you do a pull-up, you do it for about 5 seconds as you go up. Reach the top, squeeze, hold, anywhere between 3 to 5 seconds, and then you'll lower yourself very nice and controlled, taking another 3 to 5 seconds. And you have to have the strength to keep doing it slow and controlled, something a lot of people cannot do. Then you have L-shape pull-ups. This allows you to engage the core. Now, when you do pull-ups, your core is already engaged, but with L-shape pull-ups, this is where you put your legs out and you make your body into an L shape, and then you do standard overhand pull-ups. This stresses your core a lot more while working your upper body. So you're engaging more of your full body as you do L-shape pull-ups. Then you have raising your knees on the up movement. So this is where you do a standard pull-up, and then you hold yourself at the pull-up position, squeezing as you hold yourself up there, and then you bring your knees up to your chest. Then lower them back down, lower your body, and then do another pull-up, hold at the up position, and then bring your knees to your chest, doing another pull-up. So this stresses your core as you do pull-ups and allows you to work that squeeze at the top as you pull your knees up to your chest. Then you have your static hold and roll. This is when you do a pull-up, and then the up position, you bring your knees all the way up and you curl them underneath the bar, and then you come back, bringing your chin over the bar, and then you lower yourself. And then you do that again. Do a pull-up, then bring your knees, roll them underneath the bar, rotating, and then back with the chin over the bar, and then you lower yourself. This works your upper body, your core, your grip, and your squeeze. Very difficult movement, but a great one to implement. And then you have your single hand on wrist pull-ups. This requires an underhand grip, one hand, and then the other hand wraps around your wrist. And then you do single hand on wrist underhand pull-ups. This really focuses on grabbing onto your wrist as you are squeezing and you're pulling. Something you will often do in wrestling and in grappling. And to find out how to begin to implement your pull-ups into your training routine to build strength and endurance, take a look at Fire Ready Fitness. It is a program that gives you workout training routines that build your strength, build your cardio, build your endurance, and challenge you. The program is available right now for you to pick up and begin training.